In the beginning, God created heavens and the earth. The earth was formless and empty, dark, and is covered with deep waters. And the Spirit of God began to hover over the surface of the waters and created many great things. He created a beautiful place called Garden Eden. It was full of different kinds of plants, trees, where all the animals lived in harmony. Then God created Adam. And then he created Eve in his own image and placed them in the Garden of Eden. He blessed them and said, "Be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and govern it. Reign over the fish of the sea, birds in the air, and the animals that run along the ground." They loved God and obeyed every word that he spoke to them. The animals even obeyed them, and the earth followed their commands. Every day, Adam and Eve worshiped God, and God took care of them, fed them. Man had a perfect fellowship with God. There was nothing wrong. God came down in the evening and talked to Adam and Eve. What a beautiful picture. Nothing could harm them. No sickness could ever come to them. They didn't know what old age was. They didn't know about hurt. They were in the presence of God, which helped them control and guided them by His Spirit. God commanded them not to eat of the tree of knowledge. One day, Adam and Eve disobeyed God. And that's when sin struck the earth like a black sheet fallen from the heavens. It paralyzed the earth and threw everything, every creature on the earth, all of God's creation, into bondage. Man was under the bondage of death, sickness, trouble, sorrows, and they were set there in helplessness because every creature on earth was subject to it, and everyone born on earth was subject to it. As man began to live outside the presence of God, because of disobedience, they began to seek knowledge, creating an intellectual people. They didn't sleep under the stars anymore, as they once did. The people didn't want the presence of God, but sought after worldly understanding. The people didn't want the presence of God. They built homes and shelters out from the dangers of weather. They became experts in forging bronze and iron. They created musical instruments, and they played them. Sin continued. Then man began to cry out to the Lord. Help me, Lord! But sin was too great because of the disobedience and rebellion. The Lord observed the extent of the human wickedness on the earth and saw that everything they thought or imagined was consistently and totally evil. So the Lord said He was sorry He had ever made them and put them on the earth. It broke His heart. And the Lord said, "I will wipe the human race I have created from the earth. Yes, and I will destroy every living thing, all the people, large animals and the small animals that run on the ground, and even the birds in the sky. I am sorry I ever made them." But then there was one man that was righteous. This was a blameless person living on the earth at the time. He loved to walk in the presence and fellowship with God, and his name was Noah, and he found favor with the Lord. So God said to Noah, "I have decided to destroy the living things on this earth, for they have filled the earth with violence. Look, I am about to cover the earth with a flood, that will destroy everything that we breathe, but I will keep my promise to you. Rise up, build me an ark from gopher wood, and waterproof it with tar inside and out. Then construct decks and stalls throughout the inside. Make the ark 110 feet long, 75 feet wide, 45 feet high. Leave 18-inch opening below the roof and all around the boat. Put a door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, and upper. Noah obeyed every word that God had spoken to him. So they labored for years building the ark. And as the years began to roll by, people became curious on what the commotion Noah and his family were making. They began to ask him, "Why are you building this ark in the middle of the desert?" Noah told them, "Because the disobedience and wickedness of the people, God going to send water in the sky and flood the whole earth. Those who chose to obey the Lord will find safety within the ark." And Noah welcomed them coming back. As he put up the ark, laid the timbers, and poured this, the people laughed at him and made fun of him. Now Noah finished the ark and stood at the door, as he was sure that no one was going to believe him. But for 120 years he preached to the people, and nobody obeyed. Then everything was ready, and the Lord said to Noah, "Go into the boat with all your family, for among all the people of the earth, I can see that you alone are righteous. Take a pair of every kind of animal, male and female, into the ark with you, to keep them alive during the flood. Pairs of every kind, bird, and every kind of animal, and every kind of small animal that runs on the ground. Come to keep them alive. 7 days from now I will make the rains pour down on the earth, and it will rain for 40 days and 40 nights, until I have wiped the earth of all living things I have created.